Hey everybody, this is JJ Long from JJArtworks, and in today's video I'm actually answering a question that my friend Doug asked me, and he actually participated in last week's video and he emailed me a question that he had, and his question is, how do you deal with difficult customers? And I have a lot of experience with this one. I also have experience dealing with really good, awesome customers too. But so I think the first thing you need to do as a business owner or as an artist is to have your policies in place, like your company policies, and that could be like your refund policy, your return policy, your cancellation policy, your weather policy, whatever it is. I'm just driving in a parking garage, by the way, that's why it's a little dark in here. But so you need to have your policies in place, because that's going to save you a lot of time and energy when you're dealing with a lot of these difficult customers. And I'm going to share just a couple of quick stories with you guys. One's from the paint party business, just kind of how I walk customers through a refund or cancellation, and then the other one's going to be with fine art commissions that I do with JJArtworks Fine Art, like when I'm doing a painting or a mural or something like that. So for the paint party business, our cancellation policy is basically, if you cancel your ticket to a paint party event, giving us more than a 7 days notice, we will completely refund your ticket. So if you cancel like 9 days before the event, we will give you a full refund. You're giving us enough advance notice that we're going to refund, that we can give you an honest refund and everything. If you cancel giving us less than a 7 days notice, then unfortunately we can't give you a refund, because at that point in time we've already gone out and bought our supplies for the event. So we bought our cans, our paints, our paper plates, napkins, water cups, all that stuff. So if you cancel on us last minute, then we kind of eat that supply cost, and we really try to avoid that at all means possible. But you know, there are some extenuating circumstances where you know, I'm not a cutthroat business owner. I'm pretty understanding, and I like to be honest with people and everything, and I am sympathetic with a lot of people. So you know, sometimes people cancel on the day of due to a death in the family or something like that. You know, God forbid something like that happens, or you know, someone gets in a car accident or whatever. So in a situation like that, I usually give people a credit toward a future event. So I still don't give a refund, but what I do is I say, you know, I'm really sorry about your circumstance. We will give you a credit toward a future paint party. And that usually works really good. But a lot of people, I get this more often than none actually with the paint party business. And some people like to pull no-shows, so they won't show up on the day of an event, and they will email me like an hour before the event or something, and they'll say, hey, couldn't make it tonight because of a work thing. Could I get a full refund for like 3 people or whatever? And what I have to say to those people is, say you buy tickets to a Taylor Swift concert at Gillette, and are you going to call up Gillette or Taylor Swift an hour before the event and be like, I can't make it, can I get a full refund? Do you think Taylor Swift or Gillette's going to give you a full refund when you cancel the day of an event? Probably not. That's a little unrealistic. So in circumstances like that, what I try to do is kill people with kindness, and you really just, this is going to kind of go against conventional thinking, but I don't always feel that the customer is right. I don't. I believe that there's a certain boundary where if you go beyond that boundary and you feel like you're being taken advantage of as the business owner, then that's where you kind of have to draw the line. And I believe you just kind of have to gauge customers as they come. You know, some customers, you'll get that feeling early on that they're going to be kind of trouble, and no matter what, you really need to be honest with your customers, sympathetic, and be kind throughout the whole entire process. But if you get to a certain point in time where you feel like you're being taken advantage of or ridiculed or something like that, it's okay to say no. it's okay to say no. And if you lose a customer, so be it. It happens. You probably, they're not going to be a good customer for the long haul. So, you know, just be confident in and have faith in your abilities as a business owner, that it's okay to say no sometimes, especially if you're being taken advantage of. The other thing I want to talk about is when I do paintings for people, and someone hires me to paint from a photograph, whether that be their pet or a vacation home or any type of scenery or whatever they want me to do, and this applies to murals as well. But again, having your policies in place first and being very transparent and open with people in the beginning really kind of cuts through a lot of headaches as you deal with customers down the road. And with the paintings, early on in my career, I made the mistake of not being clear to my customers about revisions. And I know as artists, if you do paintings or if you're a tattoo artist maybe, you know, people want to have things tweaked and revised, which is totally fine, but definitely have like a limit to the amount of revisions that you do. So early on in my art career, I didn't have a limit to the amount of revisions I did, and I just remember this one customer that literally had me do like 20 revisions to a painting. And the revisions took me longer to complete than the actual painting. The first part of the painting where I thought I had a finished product on my hands, and the revisions took longer. So I think you need to, you know, be clear with the customers in the beginning. Say, hi, so-and-so, I would gladly do this painting for you or this project for you, but you're only going to be allowed 2 revisions. So if you don't like something after my completed work, you're only allowed 1 or 2 revisions or whatever you want to do. But again, if people really kind of give you a tough time and they say, no, I want more revisions, you know, what the heck, I'm not satisfied with this, then another thing you can do is, if you've done the best of your ability to make someone happy, because although I don't feel that the customer is always right, I feel like your job as a business owner is to always make the customer happy as much as humanly possible until you get to the point where you're being taken advantage of. If you've done everything humanly possible to make your customer happy and they're still just not happy with your output, then what you need to do is kindly part ways. But as you part ways, tell that customer that you're gonna hand them off to someone else in your network, or try to find someone else that can accommodate their needs. Because if you're able to do that for a customer, even if they're a really difficult customer to work with, they're still gonna respect you, and you're still taking care of them. You're basically holding their hand and passing them off to someone else that can hopefully help them out, because it's beyond your capacity to help them out. So that's another way that I try to help out difficult customers. We could probably have a whole nother YouTube video about this stuff, for a few more, but that's all I'm going to talk about today. I don't want this to be a super long video. It's already 8 minutes. Oh crap. Sorry guys. Anyways, thank you, Doug, so much for you know, your question. I really appreciate it, buddy. I know you have another question that you asked, so I'll try to do that in next week's video, but I have a few other things I want to talk about, so I'll get to that eventually. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be amazing. Hit the red subscribe button below if you're on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you could please click on the link to our YouTube page and subscribe that way, that would be great. If you could follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and check out JJArtworks.com, that would be amazing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in another video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.